the economy continues to beat expectations, other than my expectations, as earnings and spending are still quite robust. But wait a minute, inflation is still at 2.3 according to Truflation. Bonds are up again this morning. Why? Well, there's no inflation indication at all. Oil and gasoline are flat, even down today and down this month. There's absolutely no sector showing increasing risk of inflation. If you can think of a sector that is showing an increased rate, increased indication of inflation, please put it in the comments below. Some sectors continue to be too high. There's no doubt about that at around 4%, but nothing crazy. This is Randy Kirk. Hit like and subscribe and notify, and of course, join Patreon. You know you want to support the channel. It's only $5 a month, or $10 if you'd like to get a Cybertruck bottle opener. And we got another great Brian White video coming up this afternoon, so you want to hit notify in order to see that. All right, let's move right into the information that you care about. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and Johnson & Johnson all beat this morning. All, okay. So earlier this month when I was talking about this being a very strong earnings season, now look, I don't make this stuff up and I don't do any original analysis. I don't go digging into all this stuff and create my own charts. I just read everything that's being said, connect some dots, make some analysis, and decide what makes sense. Bank of America, they're the ones that did the major analysis weeks and weeks and weeks ago and said, look, based on what we've seen over the years, the season is going to be strong in terms of earnings, stronger than people are expecting. Well, so far they've been right. That makes me right. Thank you, Bank of America, for helping me out on that. But it wasn't just Bank of America. Other elements that I watch and people that I trust caused me to believe the B of A numbers. All right. Well, so what happened with retail sales this morning? Well, they came in at 7%, 0.7% versus 0.6% previously, and the estimate was that they would drop to 0.3. People keep thinking that the American consumer is going to run out of spending power, except they're all employed, and now they got second jobs because all those new jobs that came in last month, remember, those were all part-time jobs. What does that mean, part-time jobs? It means people taking second jobs for the most part. Okay, because there wasn't anybody new coming in, 90,000, total of 90,000 new people in the market taking jobs. The rest of it was all part-time jobs. So core retail sales, you take out the automobiles, you still have a 0.6% increase compared to 0.6% last month, and the estimate was only 0.2%. So we're not just talking about automobile sales here, we're talking about across the board retail. No, it didn't turn out to be gasoline because what? Gasoline spiked up for a week and then gasoline has been settling back down again. Well, okay, it was more than a week, but it was a very short time. Cathie Wood stated the obvious yesterday. She says that Tesla is a better investment than Nvidia. Well, I think that she's mostly thinking about FSD and robotaxi because Nvidia doesn't have anything like that, not even close in terms of the potential. But I think she's probably should be. I can't understand why Cathie has not added to their theories, their ideas, their approach, their numbers, Semi-Truck and Optimus and Energy and Dojo. And then, you know, because he's my friend, they should also add in Larry Goldberg's supercharger network. I'm sure that they actually have the supercharger network in there. Anyway, speaking of Larry Goldberg, he's going to be, he noted yesterday that he's going to be at 81 cents on his earnings estimate. I'm at 84. I've seen others anywhere from 63 to 74. But the number, I guess the street's number is 73. So we'll see where that comes in tomorrow afternoon, where Larry Goldberg will be helping me around 5 o'clock California time. Larry Goldberg, we will post the interview that I do with Larry after the earnings call. Okay, where we'll go through everything and we'll say, okay, what took place here. So James Catt, also known as Tesla Fan Metal, MTL, he says, Honey, Honey, has a very good track record. Bold prediction here on auto cost of goods falling for Tesla quarter over quarter, despite lower sales, production, and factory downtime. James Catt says, remember, I said the number one factor that could cause a surprise beat is lower than expected auto costs. Thank you, James Catt. That's exactly right. That's my whole thesis, other than a little bit of additional help from energy and services. Okay, so then what does Honey Jam Tesla say? That's his X handle is Honey Jam Tesla. He's got 0.77. He's got 77 cents as his estimate. I anticipate a more significant decrease in cost of goods per unit this quarter. The inventory write-off from the previous quarter attributed to the Highland transition offset the reduction in cost of goods resulting from increased production and a decline in lithium prices. Overall, I expect a 2.5% reduction in cost of goods per unit this quarter. I also expect relatively high growth in energy generation and storage revenue, reflecting improved energy storage production rate. All right, well, that guy and he must be watching the channel. Okay, Tesla quarter 3 2023 earnings for quarter 3 2023. The Wall Street consensus is 73 cents per share, while the Estimizes prediction is higher with a profit of 78 cents per share. But as you can see below, the range of Wall Street, there's no below. Okay, so the range is quite broad, as I just mentioned a minute ago. Last time count, there were 9 covered Cybertrucks sitting in the parking lot in Austin. 9. There's 9 of them now sitting out there. Seems like they're putting together some product for the handover. So there was an excellent Motor Trend review about the Model 3 Plus. For the most part, they just repeated what we've already reported 2 months ago. I mean, come on, Motor Trend. You can't be reporting months later what everybody has already reported times 27. I mean, it's horrible. Anyway, every major change and minor update to the new 2024 Tesla tells the same story. The company listened to owner feedback and fixed what needed fixing. Wow. Are you kidding me? The obvious keeps getting stated today. There are a few more items on the wish list that the company hasn't got to yet, and it may not intend to, but their absence might simply be the cost of keeping the retail price down. On the other hand, this is Tesla we're talking about, so it may suddenly introduce more changes at any time. Regardless, the new Model 3 is a substantially better car than the already good outgoing model for what we hope will be not much more money. And that's something to get excited about. So their hope is when the Model 3 Plus is introduced in the United States, that the prices won't go up that much. They were also not impressed with FSD, but my general sense of their analysis was I don't think they spent much time with it. And anybody that knows anything about FSD, especially right now, knows you've got to get used to it. You've got to drive it around a while. I mean, days, not hours, but days. All right, Tesla Rowdy is reporting this morning. It appears that Tesla saw a surge in domestic sales in China during the weekend of October 15th, with the electric vehicle maker seeing 7,500 insurance registrations during the week. That's still a low number. We need to be hitting 11,000, 12,000 per week. Tesla China saw 1,000 during the previous week. Now, all of that is 100%. I don't think they're going to mention this. They don't mention it anywhere. This is the numbers are low because they haven't started shipping the Model 3 Plus yet after the revision up to the Model 3 Plus. All of those cars are going for export. That seems to have something to do with the fact that there's some missing certification in China. So Tesla Rowdy goes on to say, with these results in mind, it would seem Tesla has delivered 8,400 vehicles to China. No kidding. The increase driven by demand for the updated Model Y. Yeah, I don't know. That's not, I should have just X'd that out. Anyway, you'll see a headline. You will see this headline where Tesla had another recall for 55,000 Model X's. Yep, it was an over-the-air update recall, but it won't say that until down in the article. Ford is laying off workers at the Lightning plant, unrelated to the strike. Apparently, the Ford truck is not compelling enough. Inventories are building up. Sales are not going through. There is no way that Ford should be missing this as an early producer of an all-electric truck in the United States. This is not a good sign for them at all. What in the world is going on? Meanwhile, BYT said it expects third quarter net profit to as much as double thanks to robust sales and effective cost controls. So as Tesla continues to just march along with the Nasdaq, as I said it would, okay, the market is down because of higher interest rates. They're higher because they're thinking there's going to be higher inflation, or that the Fed's going to raise, which the Fed isn't going to raise, and inflation rates, there's no evidence that they're going up. So anyway, my theory continues to hold. Tesla will continue this trend into and through tomorrow. They'll just follow the Nasdaq around. They will beat on margins tomorrow. They will guide to 1.8 million. And a 50% average year over year going forward, just as they've been saying since 2000. But most people still get that all wrong. I think it's 50% every single year, but it's not. And Thursday, we'll see Tesla up, no matter what the market does, because they will beat and give good guidance. However, unless there's a Cybertruck handover announcement, the relief rally will be modest, and they'll go back to monitoring the Nasdaq. All right, where are we now on the numbers? Let's check it out here. Let's see what's happening now. Okay, so Tesla is down $6. NASDAQ is down 195. Dow Jones is down 36. Let's look at the percentages here. That would be the Dow is only down 11 because, of course, it's not as affected by the interest rates. The NASDAQ is down 1.44. Tesla is down 2.57. Not quite. It's 2 times the normal rate of what's happening on the NASDAQ. S&P is splitting the difference down 0.79%. All of the Magnificent Seven are down, including Nvidia. All of them are down. Interestingly, for some reason, the Cathie Wood stocks, the ones that are usually the most interest rate sensitive, the go-go stocks that are the higher risk growth stocks, they're all up this morning. I got to look into that later. That is extremely weird. Now let's look at the underlying numbers here again. We've got, of course, we've got the Bitcoin down again, but still trading over 28,000. Again, I don't know anything about this. I'm just reporting it for those of you who care. Okay. And then we got the dollar drifting because there's nothing for the dollar to be concerned about right now. Gold is up teeny tiny, but it's really in the middle of its recent range, maybe toward the low end actually of its recent range. We've got oil now up slightly at 86.96. We've got nat gas going down. Anyway, oil has been up and down this morning. I think oil will continue down after the. I don't see it going back into the 90s. Not a chance. And then we've got the bonds. Are you ready for this? Up 14 basis points right now. 14 basis points on the 10-year, back over 4.8 to 4.851. Let's look at the rest of them. A little bit of a revision of the inversion. Both the 2-year and the 2-month are not up as much, but they are up. The 2-month is almost back to 5.5 again, and the 2-year is well over 5.1. Everything up, but the 10-year is the one that's blowing my mind, up 13 basis points. Okay, so going all the way back just to make sure that Tesla is about the same. Yeah. Okay. So later today, I've got another a round with what's his name? Brian White. Brian White and I will continue to take a look at what's going on with the Cybertruck deliveries. What is the timing? What might be holding things up? We will break a little news there. Yesterday's Brian White on the battery thing was absolutely off the charts. If you didn't see that yet, here is the card. You're going to want to go take a look at that. And then if you really want a Cybertruck and you want it now, you know what to do. You get this beautiful little black box. Yeah. And then when you open it's a magnet black box. Okay. When you open it up, you get this amazing Cybertruck that is just as cute as it can be. Comes in this camo version over here too. And of course it's a bottle opener. And then when you take it out of its beautiful box and you turn it over, it turns out that it's also a refrigerator magnet. It also works as a shelf topper. You can use it, so many different ways. But the main thing is you want one of these just to take with you everywhere that there might be a chance you're going to open a bottle. and impress your friends. I mean, your friends will notice this. A lot of the recent orders have been for 3, 5, 6, 10. I had one for 12 just the other day. A lot of people are buying them and giving them away as gifts, and they're coming back, actually coming back for more. They're buying 1 or 3 as a gift and then coming back and buying more because why? Because they give away the first couple and people are like, oh, that's so cool. So anyway, you probably know by now that they're $25. You buy as many as you want for $25. But if you get over 10, hit me up. I'll give you a discount around 10%. And then if you're overseas, or even in the even if you're in Canada, if you're outside the US zip codes, I do need an extra $20, except if you buy 5 or more, in which case, no, you don't have to pay the extra $20. And then if you want to join Patreon, where I am putting up breaking news every day, I'm to be clear, the last couple of days, there hasn't been as much, because why? There hasn't been much breaking news for Tesla. But anyway, every day I try my best to find something as I'm going through things that I think you'll be interested enough that I will be breaking into your email from Patreon and telling you, hey, you need to come look at this. All right. Anyway, you can join for that, just for the news, $5. That's the lowest amount that I have right now on Patreon. And then we have a $10 level. If you join the $5 level, you get the free book, 1 free book. If you join at the $10 level, you can either have 2 free books or you can have 1 free of the Cybertruck bottle opener. Please let me know, camo or regular. It'll save us both a lot of trouble. Okay, one last time. I don't think that's, look, so what do I believe is going to happen later today? Okay, we are moving up a little bit again. I think that this is another one of those knee-jerk reaction days. I think the market will respond back up in the course of the day. It'll slowly just keep moving back up during the day. Tesla will follow the Nasdaq all day today and all day tomorrow. And then, of course, tomorrow afternoon, we'll get the news where I will be right again and Tesla will be, or not. All right, that's all I got. It has been great talking to you again today.